Everyone, welcome to this video. Today is 14th April and I'm getting ready with the watch list for the entire week. Um, so I have already sort of selected the absolutely actionable watch list, and then there are some others which might not be actionable, but they are also pretty good setups, and there will also be some names which does not look like setups at all, but are those names which I am interested, where I can sort of see big bases, or big reversal bases forming. So I'll quickly walk you through those setups, those names, and this is by no means any buy sell recommendation. I am just sharing what I do, and my process. So how do I get to this list? First of all, like you guys know, I look at relative strength from the lens of momentum, and so I have the M swing relative strength list from 1 to 200. So basically top 200 stocks, which is around 90 percentile, the 10%, the best 10% stocks. And you can see that not all of them will be set up. So for example, NACL is not a setup, although this is the strongest name in the list with M swing value of 9.57, but this is not a setup. So for example, the second highest name is KSEL. This perhaps is I mean, it's not a tightness kind of a setup. Positional is still okay, but the PVC setup was on this day. So from here, I then go and look at names which look okay or good to me. So SML Isuzu looks good to me, like looks better, and so then this is the list from where I have got. The second list is, I also look every day at volume shockers. So for example, Gravita had a very nice volume the last Friday. And the other list I look at almost every day is the tightness list. So if you go to the tandem low range, you will find almost 75 stocks which are sort of tight. Okay, and this will only look at immediate 3 to 4 days of tightness, not more. So from here you will mostly get the more actionable list, but the overall setup also has to then look good. So okay, now once since I have explained you how I got that list, I will now take you to the list itself. So there are a couple of names on top which I think in short term is actionable. Now Ikeo, if you look at the long term chart, is on still on a downtrend, but there are some signs of character change. Okay, so if you look at here, this is some sort of a downtrend channel, downtrend line. It's almost in a downtrending channel. In here, what happened is this little volume for 4 days tells me that now the outlook of there is a possibility that this thing can go and do well. So so that is why, and if that's the case, then if you look at only this part, this is a flag setup, and you can now see that it has gone up, came back, and now it's getting tighter. So any breakout from yesterday's high, 9th April high, is an actionable entry point, which will also give you a tight stop. 6% is slightly higher, so any high breakout from this 236 can be an actionable buy. SML Isuzu, again very similar. If you look at the overall setup, this doesn't look like a tradable positionally long setup, but again uh, you have buying with high volume HVYs, and then now this is setting up as a flag. Okay, I would love some more tightness that would make it more actionable. Kolte Patil is another actionable name I like. And right now, the flavor of the market, although the market has been going down, the flavor of the market is uh, till yet in last few months has been acquisition EPs. So any names which has either has the news of someone bigger acquiring, and those things are working nicely. Case in point, NACL um, has done almost more than 100% in that news, and Kolte Patil is also another acquisition. So this is the news perhaps comes somewhere here, and then you get a consolidation, which is a flag mast, and then you get a breakout. So this is nice. Another one I like is Swaraj Engines. So this is a better name because it's also around the all-time highs. I think it's around, yes, it's around all-time highs. So this is like a setup which one would perhaps trade during a bull market as well. The only thing here is that it's not very tight, but because the ATR is also high, this much tightness one can still manage. If you need tighter stops, it's good to go to time frame, and then perhaps an entry around here will a tightness developing around here will give you an entry on this candle would have given you a tighter entry. So again, this is more like a hindsight now. Uh, yeah, so if you so when you have when you don't get any tight area, then but you still want to get into the stock, the other option is to size down your position and uh, have a longer stop. Style bars, the mast is not complete, but I like the price action, volume backed up move, clean, and then we started to consolidate. Perhaps slightly longer consolidation here with one more T would make it an ideal candidate for a long. So, so these are sort of some of the more actionable names. Let's look at some of the other names which I like, but sort of are not exactly your your bread and butter setup. Okay, so Kanye, again, this theme looks like it still does have legs. So it is now sort of starting to come out of form a reversal base. Taril, again, the theme does look like it still has legs, and if it does, then sort of these 3 days would have been ideal entry points. It also did so you can see how Kanye's could be somewhere here, just breaking out of this base, whereas Starrel is slightly ahead. I'm just drawing comparisons from the setup point of view, not business per se, although both are businesses with a huge amount of tailwinds. I like banks, and big banks right now are leading. So Kotak Bank broke out somewhere here. This was a 9% EP gap, and then has been surfing the 1021 sort of. So this is still something. Um, I like BDL. It looks like a big base, and this is the base of the base. And this tight area breakout could perhaps also be traded. Bajaj Finance also a leader similar to Kotak. So Irida again. This is still in a downtrend, but you not sure how it will react on earnings. So this is on the list just to observe more. And the thing is, now the earning season. One thing, if you can do is the names which declare the results sooner, depending upon if it's good or bad, you can then have an idea if the other names from the same sector, how are their results going to be. So it's always very helpful to track the results. Chennai Petro, again, not a bull market setup, but you can see that we have a reversal base and now forming, and this is a clear reversal pivot. Stock is now back above all key moving averages. There is tightness, there is volume backed bounce, volume backed up move. So these are the names which, when the bull market arrives, will be very low risk, so cement names are on fire lately. Looks like many of them are trading at their all-time highs, but I somehow do not trade cement. I just do not feel. I just don't see more lucrative to me. Spark is again in the list, not a bull market setup. Um, but nonetheless, I think it still is a tradable setup. Prior uptrend now getting tighter, and you just need one momentum, first day of momentum, that would be your entry. Like I said, I like the banks, the best one being Kotak, and if you look at the ICICI Bank, this is a big base setting up. Prior uptrend, choppy prior uptrend, and then there is a flat base kind of a structure forming. uh, Higher lows, 50 supporting, and now it could very soon become a 10-21 surfer going forward. So if you like to trade big banks, if it's fine for anyone to carry large caps, this is at a peak low risk area. Very similar HDFC now, although it does have perhaps a lot of overhead supply, but this is now getting tighter and earnings are here. So keep a watch out, although this is not a great setup currently. Zentech, again very similar to Spark. uh, it's still on a downtrend, but now getting tighter above key MAs. um, and that's why it's on the list for more observation. Now Manapuram is something which I can also upgrade it to the actionable list, although I would not trade this. um, Actually I can trade this. This is a 20k crore, and you can see that this would also be, I think, an acquisition EP, um, or perhaps not. Yeah, it's getting tighter right above the 10, squeezing inside the 1021 KMA, and any price move above yesterday's high, last candle's highs, is an actionable entry. Hester Bio, you will see a lot of setups like this. See, the thing is, you will always find setups which are in line to the market structure. So market has been on a downtrend, so you will definitely not find a lot of names which are on the up, right? So then the choice is yours. If you still want to trade, I believe that a slightly different kind of setup are still available, although the RR, risk reward, or the batting averages would not possibly be the same, but one could still trade profitably. That's my firm belief, not just an opinion. So Hester Bio, again, two great volume bars with the price pushing up 20%. So that definitely means that something is going to happen or already is happening. And then a very nice pullback to the key MAs and inside bar. So these are actionable setups in my opinion, and I can also upgrade this to this list. Now better not to have a lot of names here, because then one can get confused, and the execution might not be as good. So those are problems, which those could be problems, for some of them. So if that is a problem, then better to get the best names from here. And the thing is, sometimes we fool ourselves that the best looking setups will always perform the next day. It is simply not true. After you zoned down uh, to a list of 5 to 10, then it's all randomness comes into play. uh, when you have a very small a list, so the truth is, like, from here, any of them could, make the move. So having a very small list also would, in conditions where not a lot of stocks are moving, it could be, it will lead to miss out a couple of moves from there. Okay, so let me brush through a lot of these names very quickly. Now you see Bharti Hexacom, IPO name, I think it's an IPO name. Pride uptrend, and then this is a flat base, or shall we say rectangle, whatever that is, and it's very nicely basing inside, and whenever this breaks out, that would be a very good positional setup. KSCL, I did trade this actually, boom boom boom, and it still looks a very good setup. I mean, a very strong stock, although low risk is not available right now. Cams I'm watching. This looks like a very small inverse head and shoulder kind of a base. Um, so these are some setups I'm watching. NTPC, again, very similar to cams. Uh, this looks like a base of a very big base, um, and perhaps these bases would make more sense in a weekly uh, chart. So how can this shape up? This can shape up in a lot of ways, but if this low is not broken down, then it's a very very constructive looking setup. Uh, so that's why these are, I would like to follow these names in yeah. So this one gave up a lot of gains, and if this level is taken out, that would be a reversal of trend. And whenever a new bull market starts, these names are going to be lucrative, uh, from a risk reward point of view. I don't know what this guy is. Looks like a finance company, but has been basing for so long. This is also, I mean, until here, I was extremely interested to go long, but right now that's just a curiosity thing कि बंदा क्या करेगा आगे जाके. Power Mac, again, like I said, these are some of the names which are not set up, but looks like could be a part of a constructive base. This would be the reversal point. Many Stan Weinstein would trade this. Uh, William O'Neill would trade somewhere here, and the handle breaks out. And short-term traders can trade any small consolidation, given there is enough tightness and there is a constructive up move. Panacea, like you can see that there's a prior up move, and then there's a very nice base here. Um, if you want to really name it, this could be an inverse head and shoulder, or even a cup, and now the handle is forming. So it's another interesting name here. Interesting, like Garden Shipyard, GRSE prior uptrend, and then this is, I mean, you can imagine what I want to show, or what I am imagining, right? I mean, this kind of a bigger structure here, and if this is the case, then you have a very clear reversal pivot here. Although this would be more accurate, and anytime this breaks out, that would be a bona fide reversal, and then we can climb up. So among the shipbuilders, Masdoc looks like a clear leader here, but having said that, all of these guys are will follow similarly. Now this is another name which has been hugely what's the word, the English word I'm looking for is yeah, it's very strong. That is not the word, but this is very strong, and this is the first T. This is perhaps the second T, and this again, like this is not a really tight base and all. You would want some more tightness for your textbook kind of entries, but this looks very strong. Okay, so Sundaram Finance, downtrend, 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 and uh, we now have a trend change, and then it's now getting tighter, key just above key moving averages, and the key moving averages are rising. So these are the names. GMR Pui Pui, like very big base. Uh, this is a reversal base, and again, like any entries here would be slightly risky in the sense that it could go sideways for more time. If one For entries like somewhere here, one would really need to have some conviction in the business and stuff like that. Technically this is not ready yet, but this is the kind of base which will go on and break out and do well if the market reverses. um, yeah, Chola holding, like you said, this could be, and this is now the right side of the base. Okay, this was the left side of the base, and there was a downtrend. Most left sided bases are downtrend, almost all. And then you have the base formation, which is the the low of the base, and then you get the right side of the base. So again, these are not currently buyable as such from a trader's point of view. Thangmail, again another one, uptrend base, and this could just be another base. So these are something which again, Medanta, you can see uh, yeah, I mean, this is slightly more choppier. I think it's more choppier. It's very difficult to trade these names, but currently these are just for observational purposes. MRPL, again, this is still in a downtrend, but if it reverses from here, then that would mean that we will have a higher low, higher low, and that would increase the probability that we have a trend change. Senko is another name. There is some news now floating around business from a fundamental point of view, and if if this trend change which is happened somewhere here, because we no longer are trending down, we are trending, making higher high. This was the first higher high after a long time, after a series of lower highs. This is the first lower high, higher high, and then we have a higher low. We are above the smaller term key moving averages. 50 could pose problems. This would be the area I would be looking for. The best thing would be that it goes for another round of you know contraction. That would be the better. That will give me more conviction that this base is now a reversal base and has accumulation there. mm. Vmart, now Vmart is interesting. The business has a lot of tailwinds currently. So Vmart and Style Bazaar, all of these are from same group, and you can see that we now have a equal low. Okay, equal low. We still don't we still are in a on a downtrend. There is a clear DTL downtrending line, but we are now getting tighter right below the DTL. So there could be a low risk sort of entry here, for a positional or a long-term guy who wants to trade with charts, saying that below this I will get out, and this could be a nice area for positional or even short-term traders. 7%, 7% ish. Now Gravita is something which I loved because of this candle yesterday. By yesterday I mean the last one. I'm not sure if there is any news because my channel of news is whatever Tradingview throws up here. So maybe I should just Google what's happening here. But this looks good. I mean, 16% price increase with highest. What is this? This looks like a highest volume of the year or quarter. I'm not sure. Yeah, looks like highest volume in the quarter, but it's very similar to highest volume in the year. And yeah, this looks promising now. Still has not found a base, or shall we say, is not clear that if this is a base, we could come back and retest that again. But more volume spurts and positive price action would give more confidence that there is this zone is an accumulation zone. um, I think same sector. Oh, no, Ganesh Eco is textile. Yeah, I somehow do not like textile. I could never make money in textile. Even if I caught some good names, I couldn't size up. Um, so yeah, certainly don't like this now because of that bias. But again, here also I'm looking at the same thing. If there is any signs that we have a reversal base. Now, Deepak fertilizer is something I like because currently the agrochemical space is hot, but you will see that the base is for a swing trader's point of view. There is a very choppy base, and if the bet was that Deepak fertilizer is going to change the trend, because we now sort of have like a higher low, then this would have been the ideal entry point. Okay, so now it's for observation. Saregamapa looks like very ugly, looks like it could turn out to be like a um, um, head and shoulder, but not a simple head and shoulder. It's a complex head and shoulder. But if you look at the 5-year chart, then this could turn out to be like a very big, nice sort of base on base, or if you will, a cup and handle kind of a structure. Now I know that the ideal cup and handles are some X weeks long, 40% deep, and this might not follow exactly those buckets which O'Neill described, but I still like the structure, and this, in my opinion, could turn out to be I mean, if it breaks out, it could turn out to be a good breakout. Yeah, we that's the list for now. I would quickly again refresh some of the names which I like. I mean, Hester Bio is yeah. So Manapuram is, like you said, it's like very tight. You also have the triple B. I mean, triple B, whenever they occur, it. I mean, from my observation, the next up move is around the corner. So for example, triple B appeared. It's basically a sign, a technical sign of underlying bullishness which is going to come, and then you have an up move. Something like that can happen here. And you all this is very tight, like extremely tight. So last three candles here is, yes, so you can see that. I mean, just like here how it was tight, the next three candle is also very tight now. um, yeah, style bazi is not tight at all, but I'm just very curious to see the price action, so I would like to keep this on top here. Swaraj engineering, hold on, Swaraj engines again is not tight, but you have a clear pivot here in my opinion. You have this high, and then on Friday we had on the same high, and price is meandering right below that level. um, yeah, so perhaps this could be a good entry. What's best now is that we have a tight area here, key moving averages catch up. That could be a nice Colte is also again something I like. This was a yeah, I mean, there's a clear zone here above this. Any good closing above that could be a trigger. um, SML is Suju. Yeah, so again some more tightness here would be better. Looks like sort of a cup and handle with a double bottom, and then the handle is now almost complete. So on a daily it did not look great, but on a 25 minute then you can make sense of the price action and the uh, the base, so this looks good to me. And so this is almost at the top. Now EQ, as I've already explained to you, is not like a pakka bull market kind of a setup. It's still on a downtrend, but there seems to be character, seems to be signs of character change. We have higher lows, and this is a very tight region. So if from here also, if I would want if I were to rank actionability, uh, SML Suju, Ikkyo, and perhaps Manapuram, these three would be highly actionable. And Ikkyo, yeah. So then the next thing to do is, I mean, I yeah, would be to just put alerts. In this case I would want to put an alert here. Yeah, so that's mostly done. um, Depending upon how the market behaves tomorrow, I will take a call about these names, if they give any entries or not. Currently market looks, hold on, yeah, why is it not moving? Okay, it's moving. Yeah, looks like I mean, again, these are, yeah, I mean, overnight we have a the yeah, so yeah, so that's the video, guys. I wanted to put this up because I also, this is not very important, but the names which are setting up, and to follow them for low risk entries and be decisive on entries when the market sort of turns up is very important. So putting in the work, already having a list, and having a process to get that list is important, and that's what I wanted to show you here. If you found this helpful, I regularly put up content on my channel related to trading. Uh, to feel free to subscribe and like the video. Cheers, thanks, I'll see you soon, bye bye.